Hey everybody, I'm Mike Venezia and welcome to Taylor Showdown. This is the place where we put Taylor guitars head to head and let your ears decide the winner. And joining me as always is Joshua Taylor. Josh, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well. Hey, a couple of quick facts about Josh. His favorite food is burnt salad, and his favorite letter is the number 7. So, Josh, with all that said, we're going to be playing different guitars today. We've done a few of these already. Those of you that are watching the series, it's not going in any order. But right now, we're going to compare a couple of things from Taylor's line that are a little bit different, a little bit specialized, and they're from our Builder's Edition collection of guitars. Now, the reason why I do this preamble is because when you picked up this guitar, you said this is one of the most comfortable guitars I've ever held.
Absolutely.
So what about it, even before we get into the playing, what about the Builder's Edition seems comfortable for you?
How handsomely I've been paid to say that.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what we were looking for.
For
That
sure.
is the right answer.
Yeah, totally.
Well, we're going to get into these guitars, and the two we're going to compare today are the Builder's Edition 614ce and the Builder's Edition K14ce. Now, again, these are both going to be the same shape. They are both part of the Builder's Edition collection, so they're going to have Builder's Edition appointments like a silent satin finish, a full beveled armrest, a contour in the heel and cutaway, all these different attributes that you'll find that are player enhancements when you're playing these instruments, but the tone woods are very different. They're torrefied spruce tops, with the 614ce having a maple sides and back, and the K14 having koa sides and back. So without further ado, this is the Builder's Edition 614ce. Okay, so we just heard the Builder's Edition 614ce, and Josh just went into the Sonic Toolbox and pulled out the Builder's Edition K14ce. So Josh, you played both of these guitars now. You started with the Builder's Edition 614ce, then migrated to the Builder's Edition K14ce. Again, both of these guitars are Builder's Edition guitars in our Grand Auditorium shape. So there's a lot of similarities there. The shape is the same. The scale length is the same. Silent satin finish, torrefied spruce tops. The appointment suite's a little bit different, but that's not really going to play into the tone. What will, though, is the difference between these two guitars with the tone woods on the sides and back. The 614ce being maple sides and back, the K14ce being koa sides and back. So now that we have a little bit of that background and you just played both of these, what are you getting from each of them?
Well, they're both very smooth to play. Actually, let me start with the way they feel when you're holding them. The satin finish is very noticeable. It's incredibly comfortable to play. It's very smooth. I've said before that I sweat a lot actually when I play, and this is great for me. So I love that. I also love, I mean, I'm not sure if that's where the silent comes from, but you don't get like finger noise here when it catches. Whereas if you sweat and you're on a top with a finish, you can get a little squeak, which is not great for recording. So I love that about these. This one's got a little more of a little more low mid kind of thing happening, and a little more girth in the bottom end. And then that one is just voiced slightly different, slightly higher. It's got a really smooth top end. It's hard to put a finger on the differences between these two for me personally.
You know, what you're saying, it follows along with what these tone woods do, right?
Yeah.
You know, maple is thought of inherently being, and I hate to use this word, but brighter, right? It's very bright, it's very dry, it cuts through a mix really, really well. Whereas koa lives in a mid-range and then expands sort of outward as time goes on. Now with the torrefied tops on both of these, you are getting more low mid and low end than you wouldn't intrinsically find in these guitars straight if it was a non-torrefied top or a different type of spruce top on these guitars. Might tend to be a little bit brighter, a little bit more bitey. But both of these guitars have a roundness to them in the top end. Builder's Edition K14ce does have a little bit more of that low end, low mid woof, if you will, but not loose.
No, yeah. Yeah, and in fact, in that way, it reminded me a little bit of the 8 series, the way it's got a really pronounced low end, but it's still tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with all that said, you have a clear winner. We discussed this off camera. I have a clear winner. We discussed this off camera, but we're not telling you. And why? Because it might not be with what you agree with. The whole point is for you to find what you like best. Now, which one took the crown in your mind? Tell us below. If you're into these battles, annihilate that like button, hit subscribe, and light up that bell so you never miss another note. We've got more Taylor duels headed your way, so stay tuned.